with Finish Line Travel, and this is our first Training Tuesday Facebook Live event. So, just want to talk a little bit about first Finish Line Travel. Um, we take runners to Europe to run a race, half marathon, marathon, a couple other interesting events, and then we tour around the country. Um, some amazing events, and actually, we still have uh, two tours on the schedule for this fall. Um, Europe is hopeful to be opening. We're still hopeful. The races are currently on, and we do have a no risk booking option, so you can reserve your spot with no risk if something happens and you don't feel comfortable, or you want to move it to 2022. No problem. So check that information out down in the comments once I'm done here. And then a little bit about me. I grew up in a coaching family. My dad was a university coach, Iowa State University, and really good coach. And he ended up in the USA Track and Field Coaches Association Hall of Fame. So I got a lot of great information from him over the years, and I've always had an interest in learning more about why certain things work. Why does this workout help and that workout help? And so I've always studied coaching, but never got into it professionally. And now I'm actually on my way to getting my coaching certification so I can help our tour guests reach their goals. Create training plans that will be included with the tour, just to make that experience of running in Europe the best it can possibly be. So as I've been reading and brushing up on all of this training knowledge, that's so fascinating and so much fun. The thing I keep seeing in Facebook groups and forums online, the question I always see from runners is, how do I get faster? And that's really what we all want. We want to get that Boston qualifier, or we want to break 2 hours in the half marathon, or just keep generally improving each race. And when I see these posts online, the first thing I always see people posting is intervals and speed work. And yes, I'm going to talk about those in a couple weeks. They are important. Um, but I really think we need to step back a little bit before jumping into something like that and talk about the plan. Now, I think the plan is probably the most important part about getting faster. And legendary coach Jack Daniels would always say, what is the purpose of this workout? And if you can't answer that, then why are you even running? And if you don't have a plan, it's very likely you don't have a purpose for today's run. So, and it's interesting, without a plan, I find myself on two ends of the spectrum, which is really interesting. So either on one end, I'm floundering. If I don't have anything written down in my calendar, which as you see right now, I'm guilty. I don't have a plan yet. But you can easily flounder that you wake up in the morning, excuse me, it's cold, it's dark, that 3 miles that's written on that you would normally be thinking about running, it's easy to just say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. But often we don't do it tomorrow. So, so easy to just kind of fall off of getting faster. Now, the other end of the spectrum is something that happened to me last fall, is you can overdo it. I was running really well. I didn't have a goal race in sight, so I was just running a lot of miles, mostly pretty easy. So I didn't have a plan. And it's what I found myself doing is just adding miles each week, every week, more miles, more miles, more miles, until I got injured. And if I would have had a plan written down, there's no way I would have run that far without taking a break every couple weeks to let myself recover and rejuvenate. And we're going to be talking about how to build mileage next week in the Magic of Mileage Facebook Live. So where do you get a plan? There's so many places. You can contact me. I'm not certified yet, but I'm getting there. But I also have some friends who are certified coaches, and I can recommend someone who can really help you out. If you have a big goal race, private coaching is the way to go. It can give you something exactly for you. But there's tons of books out there, and those books are in the blog post, which I'll link to down in the comments. But yeah, oh, also check out your local running stores and running clubs. They may have training plans and people you can join along in a run. But you could also create your own plan, and I generally only recommend this in a couple situations. One is maybe you've been injured and you're just coming back from injury. Or two is if you have a long time before your next goal race and you're just kind of running, but you want to maintain that fitness or improve your fitness. Or like in the case of an injury, you're just gradually trying to get back into it. And that's when I think a plan can be really good to make sure you don't overdo it. And like I said, and also don't flounder. So just having something written down, even if it's just easy mileage each day, just knowing today I'm doing 3 and tomorrow I'm cross training and Thursday I'm doing 4. You know, just knowing that's on the schedule, it's going to keep you honest and keep you from overdoing it. But also you need to remember that plans are not set in stone. As you see here, last year I did have a plan. Now it's going to be hard to see, but you may see some little arrows here and there. I moved workouts. And the reason I did that, or anyone may want to do that, is if you feel a little injury coming on, don't want to overdo it. It's much better to keep running than it is to follow the plan and get injured and go back to square one. But also, maybe you just didn't have a good night's sleep, or you haven't had home or work stress, something that's just not giving you the ability to really put forth your best effort. And maybe you need to take a couple days off, or in the case of injury, maybe go really easy for a couple weeks before returning to the plan. But make sure you have a good reason for moving a workout or skipping a workout, because there are so many times that I've been out there doing a warm up and just feeling terrible and thinking they're just going to skip it. I'm going to skip the workout. I'm just going to run easy. But I forced myself to get started. And once I get started, you find out that you're having a great workout. And it goes back to the mantra, the runner's mantra that I think we should all remember is the first mile is a liar. So I'll always remember that things are going to pick up after that first mile. So over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be talking about more ways to improve our race times. Next week, I'm going to be talking about the magic of mileage. And then I'll be doing talking about threshold running, intervals, speed work, hill work, you know, all the different things that go into creating a great training plan. So stay tuned next week on Training Tuesday and get out there for a run and enjoy it.